Right. And we're good. Or we should be. Emphasis on should be. We're very good at should be's and maybes around here. It's kind of what we specialise in. Oh, it's early on a Sunday morning, and I never normally stream this early on Sunday mornings. I think the only time I streamed this early was when this game first came out. How are we all doing? It's the season 2 finale! Let me just... Here we are. Marvellous. Just had to sort my door. Move that over. And do the do. We're good at doing the do. Right, that can be gone. That can go there. Marvellous. We're professionals at this now. Ish. Although saying that, I need to check the stream quality and sort of see how that's all going. But I'll do that momentarily. Finale of Season 2. Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Then we book in the updated calendar. At the end of this one, Sebastian Vettel's retiring, so we'll get to see like the drivers shuffling around. It's going to be an interesting one, you know. And yeah, shortened calendar because ain't no way I'm doing 22 races again. There's just some that I just don't enjoy. Let's get rid of that. Oh, coffee is flowing strong with me. Right, we're good. I'm going to do minimal practice as well because I'm not the biggest fan of this circuit. I literally just intend on doing like the race strategy, just sort of see how the car feels, and then that's sort of it, to be honest. That's kind of the plan. R&D, I think we're fine. Facilities, I think we're good with everything so far. Because we're gonna try to re-sign Lando, and we've got enough money. Lando is what, 9 mil. We got 15, so we're perfectly fine. So we're gonna have Lando for season 2, and then we'll worry about kind of like other drivers and stuff going forwards. Anyway, Abu Dhabi, just straight into it. No pissing and faffing about. Oh, of course we've got the Italian Grand Prix later today. Can't wait for Lewis to win that one. Be an interesting fight for third though, based upon quali. Might get a podium that's not, you know, the 3 or the 2 Mercedes and Max Verstappen. I know, of course, we had that at the start of the year when Norris got a podium, but nonetheless, my point stands. Right. No, we just want to go into practice, don't we? There we go. It's like I have to relearn this game every time I turn it back on. I wonder if Lando can try and get better than 3rd in the Drivers' Championship. Or not 3rd, 6th, I think is where he currently is. 6th or 5th? 6th, I think. Right.
The new parts that have come in from the factory.
No, he didn't at all.
Well, they're all fitted and good to go.
Marvellous. Good. Right. Standard setup that we run absolutely everywhere. We're not going to do the track acclimatization unless you do the race strategy. Got places to be, things to do today, chat, but I was not going to miss out on the stream.
Consistent laps, please. We're looking for good data that we can work into the race strategy.
This is kind of like my practice. Normally, like recently, I've done a few practice races at tracks to make sure I'm up to speed on the circuit, but this pretty much is my practice. That's how much I'm not the biggest fan of this place. I mean, there are tracks I don't like more than this one. Like Baku and Hanoi. Those tracks suck. I can already tell that traction out of that hairpin is going to cost me some overtaking opportunities in the race. But that is the downside of running traction control. We can make it up on the straight though, because that car is very fast on the straight. That's a corner that I never normally get right. Anyone who's sort of seen me play these games, going into that section right there is never gone well for me. God, we're losing time compared to the Delta in the final sector. We lost loads of time compared to the Delta in the final sector. I think I found where we're going to struggle. The mid-corner I'm absolutely fine. It's the acceleration. The Delta just shoots up. I was going to say skyrockets, and then my brain just decided to be, well, my brain, let's be honest. Oh yeah, I should do the thing for getting fastest time on a session. Alright, we'll do a quali sim as well. That'll get us a final extra bit of cash as we absolutely butcher the chicane. Is that Lando? I think it might be. Car just feels balanced. It just doesn't feel fast. In all honesty, if I had to describe the feeling, feels like it's doing okay. Oh, front end scrubbing a bit there, but use track limits a little bit. And then one last time on the race program.
Super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
Someone coming out of the pits. Certainly took turn one terribly. It is a Red Bull by the looks of things. It is Max Verstappen. In mid-corner we did dreadful that time because, you know, went very wide. We're not going to be getting slipstream, but I want it. Give me your slipstream, Max. There we go. And then he decides to stick his nose where it doesn't belong. It's fine. Make up all the time in a straight line. That superb Mercedes donkey we've got in the back of this car. I find it interesting that I've seen a few people's career modes. Raikkonen retired very early on. And yet, with us, he's going to be in for Season 3. And we've got Vettel retiring as well. Oh, come on. Yes, I know I cut the corner. I'm not going to, you know, say I didn't. And there we go. Beautiful. Just knock these out.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 35.5.
Yeah, my first sector's not great. My middle sector's solid. Final sector not great, so bit of time between myself and Bottas. See the quali pace. Just to get the fastest lap for Suju, our Japanese sponsor, of course. We're running Xenon Dynamics now as well. And I can't remember, we've got another new sponsor.
Okay, this is a quali sim. We've estimated the times our closest rivals will be doing, so that's what we need to beat.
Probably not going to do so hot on this one. Just extend the track a little bit. Ah, see, didn't even get in trouble for it. I mean, sure, like, the stewards are like, you might want to watch yourself. And now we've got Science ahead of us as well, who we can, of course, slipstream off of on this back straight. Help us gain some of that lovely time. Did we damage our front wing? No, we didn't. Gain all that time in a straight line. Look at it. 0.3 of a second on the delta. That's just... Now that's the line you want to be taking. Just ignore those warnings. They're friendly reminders that maybe don't do it too often. You know, on your quali lap it's fine, but maybe don't do it every lap of the race, you know? Yes, look at it. Front end in. Beautiful.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage.
And that is how we do that. Right, I think that's that. I really don't want to like bore people when it gets to the season finale. You know, I just want to get it done. You know, want to get the big race out of the way. Right, advance. It's good for our sponsors. But yeah, just want to get the big race out of the way, really. Good morning, Mr. Liberator. But yeah, I want to get the big race out there. I'm going to try and do less like practice and R&D sessions in season 3 because it's just a bit boring. And then that way I should definitely be able to squeeze in like a couple of races per stream. That's the plan. Right. Simulate. I'm hoping I can do the reduced calendar. I've seen people do it. I just need to actually, like, figure out how. I imagine it'll be the season crossover point. There we go. Look at those lovely haul of points between myself and Last Lap Lando. 1,800 resource points. That's good for next season. Good look at doing the overalls as well, I reckon. Get some nice new overalls. Sort out a car livery as well for season 3. We'll do that all in this stream. That's kind of why I'm cutting practice short, so I've got a bit of time at the end to do that, essentially. Right. R&D. I'm going to save the points because I need to invest in... Because I'm waiting for my durability because I want to get the controlled electronics. So I kind of want to do both of those. So I'm going to save the points. Plus as well, I want to get Spec 3, chassis and aero facility so I can actually like, fully max those trees out. So going to hold on to my resource points for now. Into quali, I guess. You just woke up. That is the definition of a lazy Sunday morning, and I'm jealous. I was awake at 7, but for me, I went to bed at like 10 last night, which is very early for me. It's probably to make up for only having about 3 hours sleep the day before. You know, that'll do it to you. What are your plans for this magnificent Sunday? And I'm going to tell you now, if the plans aren't finish the Hand of Fate 2 edit, then you've got the wrong day planned, my friend. I jest, of course. So it's looking good for Norris. Hopefully Norris will get a good session in. Let's take the fuel out of the car. Marvellous. Let's just get out there and do a lap. You was in bed at 1:30. Yikes. So I already had 3.5 hours on you by the time you went to bed. What kept you up? Video games? It's a valid excuse. Video games is always a valid excuse. Right, here we go. Arguably the most important session of the weekend. Plus I suck at qualifying, so I need to get better at it. Here we go. First qualifying lap of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. We've run it wide at turn 1. God, I'm run it wide there. Track is not rubbered in at all. Got no grip. Sea of Thieves, it happens. Sea of Thieves does indeed happen. I need to start going for all that. Lando Norris, a 32.3 was that from Lando. I don't think I'm going to get anywhere near that on this lap. It's been absolutely disgusting. Right, on the brakes. Attack the curbs. There we go. What lap is going to open our account? It was a 32.3 from my teammate. Okay, a 32.5 from me. That's not actually dreadful by comparison. I made a lot of mistakes on that lap, so I'll take that. And apologies if I tend to go sort of, you know, quiet during quali. I'm concentrating. Skeleton Galleon and a Megalodon at the same time. And I'm hoping there was some recording going on here. You should always be recording in case there's some content. But that does sound like a good time. I assume the Kraken's still in the game. Like, I know they added the Megalodon, but I assume the Kraken is still in the game. Is that possible? Can you get a Kraken and a Megalodon at the same time?
Our best lap so far is a 1:32.5.
Danny Rick. I'm hoping he can haul Renault up. He's looking very quick. Similar to IRL. Right, okay. Let's go out again. Rick Bobby. I need to rewatch that film. That film is so good. Okay, so we're down to 6th. Let's crank everything back up. Try and aim for a bit of a better lap this time around, shall we? Already a terrible start. Lost half a tenth before I even arrived at turn 1. Okay, we're looking a bit better. Not perfect, but the Kraken is still in good. Okay. Because that's just one of the things. It's like legend with pirate things, isn't it? Ooh, a bit late on the brakes. Not perfect, but still an improvement. Now we need to try and absolutely nail this final section here. riding the curbs like an absolute dream. I've pushed it wide there. That's cost us a lot of time compared to our Delta. Look at that. Wow, that just goes to show how good our final sector was on our first quali lap, that I've thrown away 0.3 of a second just like that. We're going to improve only ever so slightly. It's up to 5th. Wow. Lots of work to do then. Lots of work to do in that final sector. They've improved the Kraken fight as well. Yeah, I must admit that the Kraken fight in Sea of Thieves was cool visually, but there also then wasn't much to it, you know. That time from Lando in the final sector is ridiculous. He better win this Grand Prix by a country mile.
5 minutes left.
Right, anyway. I want to go out at the same time as everyone else because I don't want to be stuck on the track as everyone else comes out. Wow, we are... Oh, dear. Are we going to have enough time to get round? We're behind the Williams. I wasn't paying attention with how much I was fast forwarding. I then looked at chat and was like, oh god. We're not even going to have enough time to get to the line. Oh, Simon, you idiot.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top 3 today. Norris, Bottas and Charles Leclerc. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
And that right there, people, is why we are called Incompetent Racing Grand Prix, because that was a huge sign of incompetence. Stars of the day. Danny Rick being 9/10 of a second faster than his teammate, up in 4th place. Charlie Boy Leclerc hauling that Ferrari up to 3rd. The Red Bulls looking strong. Lewis Hamilton down in 9th, Bottas 2nd, but Lando Norris, the only man into the 31s. He's gonna be a threat for next season.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. Your teammate beat you today. Was it a setup issue or something else?
There weren't issues. He just beat me. It's like Norris did great.
Was today a good day for you?
Sure. I'm just gonna say yes because sometimes saying
What was the secret ingredient for your performance
the
today?
car's great. I hate questions like that. They just bother me.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Okay, so Charlie Boy has actually beaten me. It happens. Right, race time. Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. No rain. Last race of the season. So let's look at the points. So I realistically don't want to lose to Leclerc by a lot, obviously. So I need to try and obviously do well. And I should get 3rd. Hopefully, if Lando can win, I don't see him beating Leclerc. Because that would mean, basically, he would need to win and Leclerc would not need to score points. Or finish, like, 9th or 10th, which I don't think will happen. He should be able to get Max, though. He's got enough pace over Max. Because Lando has really kind of turned it on at the tail end of this season. I won the last 2 races and got 3rd in USA. He won in Japan and in USA, got 3rd in Mexico and 2nd last time out. So, hopefully as a team, in the shorter season next year, we'll be a bit better. That's the plan. Lewis Hamilton only won 1 race this year. Look at Bottas' win streak. France all the way through to Italy, and then I won at Singapore. Anyway. It's time for the race. Let's see if we can climb up the field.
So here we are, ready to go racing for one final time this year. Another season of victories, controversies and rivalries lies in our wake. And just one challenge remains here in the United Arab Emirates on a circuit that made its spectacular debut back in 2009. Welcome to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The drivers will be racing here at the Yas Marina circuit through 21 corners and a lap distance of just over 3.4 miles. There are a few opportunities to pass, with long straights and DRS zones in 2 places, turns 8 and turn 11. Plenty of close racing then, plenty of speed, and I hope plenty of drama to be found in the laps ahead. And I'm joined once again by Anthony Davidson to bring you the lowdown for today's race. Now, I want to talk to you about Valtteri Bottas. What a season they've had. A well-deserved championship victory, and the pressure now surely off, with the title already in the bag.
I agree it's been a truly impressive season, but championship or no, I don't think they'll be gently cruising around to the finish line. In fact, with points no longer a concern, there's a lot less to risk, so we may even see a more aggressive approach.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, with Charles Leclerc alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Ricciardo, Albon.
Oh, has Norris got an engine penalty?
Gasly, Stroll, and Lando Norris.
Oh, Lando, no.
Sergio Perez and Hamilton.
And Hamilton got one as well.
Back after an earlier grid penalty. Ocon, Fiat, Nicholas Latifi.
That's
and
not
George
good.
Russell, Aitken, Magnussen, Alesi, and Antonio Giovinazzi starts from the back of the grid. It's almost
Like, I don't doubt Norris's ability to fight through the field.
Get this Grand Prix underway.
Oh,
Okay, let's finish
dear,
the season
oh
with a strong
dear.
effort.
Right, I really don't want to do a 2-stop. Do you reckon the 1-stop is possible around here? It is, but it's like, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that at all. That seems like a terrible idea. Right, okay, 2-stop it is, as much as I don't want to do it. I might do the... Let's edit that. Let's do this tyre in the middle. And then the softs at the end, maybe? Do we reckon that'll work? I might give that a go. Mix it up a little bit, you know. Let's have 2 laps extra fuel. Because I think everyone around me... Yeah, Lando has to start on the softs tyre. Stroll is in, obviously, a good position. He's gained, like, a couple of positions due to grid penalties. And he's starting on the medium. So those guys that will be doing the 1-stop starting on the medium are in a very good position. So hopefully Norris can fight through the field quickly. That is, realistically, I imagine what his plan is. We need to try and beat Charlie Boy. Thankfully, it's not a long run down to the first corner, which means my dreadful starts shouldn't be too much of an issue. Hopefully, we can utilise the huge straight and our superior engine power to our advantage. Let's crank a bit of downforce, because we always stick a bit of downforce on the car for the Grand Prix on the front, just to with the fuel, and then we'll probably take it off for the final stint, or leave it on, who knows. Aim today is a podium finish, if we can.
Expected, no rain expected for the time being.
Beat Leclerc, ideal. I want Danny Rick to get a podium. That pace in quali was really good. But sadly, I think we're going to have to beat him. Maybe that Renault's not going to be as fast in race trim, and therefore we'll be able to actually like take the fight to him in some capacity. Stroll is going to be one to watch out for. He's the highest runner on the medium, and therefore we'll be looking to do that 1-stop Norris needs to make moves early in the Grand Prix. It's as simple as that. There we go. Pump those brakes. Get that fuel in. Right, let's turn it up to Rich because I don't know when the game's going to take over. We are on the outside for turn 1 as well. So... okay. Season 2 finale race.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Yeah, I'll be ready. Don't you worry, Jeff. Why did Norris have to have engine penalties in the last race of the season? Typical. Lights are out and away we go. It's not been awful. It's actually a semi-decent start for me. Ricciardo challenged for the lead into turn 1. Leclerc has had a bad start. We're up ahead of him. We're up into 4th place from our 7th place grid position. We actually maintained that start brilliantly. Bottas leads from Daniel Ricciardo. Max Verstappen in 3rd. We are up to 4th. Leclerc 5th. Albon 6th. Where is Lando Norris? And let's see. See, look at the traction out of the chicane. That's going to be a problem this whole race. Because until we get DRS, I don't see us challenging the Red Bull, even though we very much top out at a much faster top speed, as we're just going to casually extend the track on the first time of asking. So we need to be careful with that. Obviously, Abu Dhabi has a lot of runoff areas. Norris looks like he's gained 1 place. Hopefully, he can get the AlphaTauri ahead of him. Stroll looks like he's had a poor start and dropped back a couple spots. So we are up at the sharp end. My plan is use the fuel in this stint, save a bit of fuel in the middle stint, and then use it again in the final stint when we are on the soft tyre and the AI is on the medium. That's kind of the plan. I know I might be compromising my pace somewhat by going to the medium tyre in the middle stint as opposed to the final one, but oh, Max getting well out of shape. Just don't have the speed to try and pass him, though he's compromised his line into turn 1. Let's... oh! He got twitchy on the exit, and that's us through. And he's lost a place to Leclerc as well. Wow, Verstappen... oh no, he's battling Leclerc still. Verstappen got all out of shape. Well, that's us up into the podium. And there in front of us is Daniel Ricciardo, and Leclerc still fighting Verstappen. He looks like he's got him. Norris yet to pass the AlphaTauri. Verstappen passing Leclerc down the straight. No DRS yet. That will be enabled next time around. All we got to do now is try and stay within contact of Danny Rick. And once we can get DRS, we will be all over the Renault. But thankfully, Leclerc and Verstappen battling has held them up. Bottas, of course, pulling a bit of a lead. That Mercedes, of course, much superior to the Renault. It's Daniel Ricciardo, I think, his updated stats due to how well he's done in the real-life season this year, which, of course, I did apply to the game, which might also explain why Leclerc is that much faster than Sebastian. Bottas, 36.9. Arsa, 37.3. Right, so we should, within theory, we're pretty good through the first sector around here, so we should be within DRS of Daniel Ricciardo. Bit of dirty air, stopping us from getting the front end in. We just need to try and maximise our traction out of this chicane. This is where the problem lies. But he, of course, is not going to be getting DRS off the back of the Mercedes. We're not close enough. We get no traction out of that chicane. Even though we're now carrying so much more speed than the Renault. We need to try and do it out of here. We need to nail him this time of asking. And I think we're going to do it. Right. I'll go to the outside. Oh, he came across. Daniel Ricciardo always going to try and hold his position. Wasn't able to do it that time around though. Fastest middle sector of the Grand Prix so far, thanks to the DRS, and we used a lot of our battery. That is us released up into second place. Lando is still behind that AlphaTauri. Come on, Lando. I need you to try and make your way through the field. Fastest lap of the race, 36.6.
Some of this energy. Gap to teammate behind is 6.0 seconds.
Now, can we chase down, or can we hunt down in some capacity, Valtteri Bottas? I don't think we can, in all honesty. I think the Mercedes just has a little bit too much on us in race pace form. I mean, we are the much faster car in a straight line, so as we sort of showed with Daniel Ricciardo, once we actually get into this second section, if we kind of, you know, can utilise the DRS against him, we will be much better off. But until that point, car goes well out of shape. I'm not doing so hot through sections of the track where I know I'm faster than the hour. Wow, this track is burning my fuel. I just noticed we're at 0.6. I am pushing my boundaries on a lot of these corner exits. Oh, car felt very unsettled. It still feels very unsettled. I think I've overheated my tyres a little bit because I now feel like I've got no grip. It might also be I've overheated my tyres and slightly damaged my front wing. That'll be why. Okay, it was looking okay for us. It doesn't so much look okay for us anymore. I did figure I might have damaged my front wing a little bit where we understeered wide in that final sector. Can't believe I overheated my tyres as well. Like, they've just cooked. Leclerc is up behind Daniel Ricciardo now, and I've braked so early for that corner. And that's me abusing track limits for the second time, so I need to be careful now for the rest of the race. Otherwise, we're going to get a time penalty. I'm very much going to change my front wing as well at my pit stop. Can't carry on with this damage throughout the race. Hopefully Daniel Rick and Leclerc do scrap. Norris has now got past the AlphaTauri. Marvellous. You can just see through this right hander that front wing damage really hampering me. Through the slow corners, it's really not too much of a problem. But it's through the fast ones.
Be careful, we think you're going to start losing some tyre grip around now.
Yeah, we definitely will be. so Norris should cruise up to the back of that train, realistically. Part of me kind of wants to see him do an undercut. Like, come in now. And really try and maximise his advantage on some fresher tyres. Because he's lost so much time behind that AlphaTauri. Oh, go on front end. Attacking the curves, trying to maximise as much. I am pushing my luck a little bit on these track extension warnings, let me tell you. A little bit too late on the brakes that time around. Right, so I'm coming in the end of lap 8. Norris, I imagine, then is the end of lap 9. Bottas just starting to stretch it against me a little bit. I'm annoyed at myself for getting the front wing damage, but look, it's done, it's happened, nothing can be helped. It's going to cost me a good few seconds at the pit stop, so we're going to have to remake up that time on track. Wow, Bottas in. Danny Rick in as well. Hopefully that means Lando is coming in. If Lando comes in the same lap as me, Bottas also going to the mediums. Okay. We could have a motor race on our hands here. Because he's now going to get the undercut on me. And oh my lord, these tyres are not feeling good. Don't tell me, yeah, Norris is carried on. I get the feeling Norris is coming in this lap as well. Because I know when it changed my strategy, it said about coming in lap 7 and I extended that to lap 8. So I think Norris is going to lose time double stacking. Plus I am changing my wing. I apologise in advance, Lando. Sainz looking solid on the mediums in 5th. Hopefully Bottas has come out in a small bit of traffic that might allow me to close up a little bit of the gap against him. That's literally my only hope. Both racing points lines. Then Bottas has come out in a little bit of traffic. Okay. I know I'm about to lose about 5 or so seconds. Maybe 6 getting my front wing changed, so... Yep, Norris has come in. I'm so annoyed. Sorry, Lando. Sainz carries on. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Let's not... That's the fastest stop for a front wing change I've ever seen at 6.8.
To speed now. Let's get some heat into those tires.
And I'm not really that far behind Leclerc or Verstappen. Of course, you know, Lando lost out, and I apologise for that. Bottas is a little bit up the road. Vettel, I think, has managed to undercut us. What is going on here? I'm going to try and take Max on the outside. Just look at the traction difference, though.
Okay, we've got plenty of energy. Use the overtake button and have a go.
I'm definitely going to have a go. I'm going to have a go round, I'd say round the outside, but Max has sent it on Vettel. Had a light tap against the back of Sebastian. Try and send it on both of them. Pass Verstappen and Vettel. Albon on these mediums as well. Interesting split strategies by the teams here. Right, we've got to try and utilise the traffic to get past these guys that we're racing. I didn't think I was going to win this race today anyway. Aitken defending against Charles Leclerc into turn 1. Go on, Jack. Oh, he's lost out. That's unfortunate. Oh, I set myself up horribly there. Oh, on the exit of the corner, might have a bit of a run. Dive bomb on the pair of them. Look at that. Right, there's Danny Rick. There's Charles Leclerc. The reason it's important to try and get ahead of these guys is we're, of course, on the harder compound of tyre. As much as I could have probably lunged it against the Ferrari there, I want the second bite of the cherry. Oh, I've cost myself traction by getting on the curb. Plus Leclerc's got DRS of his own. From a long way back, he braked early. That's us up past the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. Now Ricciardo stuck behind Magnussen and Giovinazzi. Bottas has disappeared up the road. He hasn't yet caught up to the other traffic yet. These guys are fellow medium runners, so hopefully they will be going a little bit further into this motor race as Danny Rick pinches himself on the apex. Oh, I've turned in on him. And then Leclerc's got me down the inside. I want to have another look at that. I know that I was just racing, and this is going to impact the stream a little bit, but let's replay this. So Danny Rick, how close alongside was... Great camera angle. Great camera angle, F1 game. Right, okay, hold on. So let's look at this from Danny Rick's perspective. Right, okay. So I'm going to go to the outside. How far alongside was he? I mean... I wonder if that's caused me any damage. That's going to be my big thing, if that's caused me some damage. So let's have a look at this now. So he pinches himself on the apex, compromises the traction. I am more than half a car ahead on the racing line. I mean... It's whatever. That's a Red Bull at my inside of Alex Albon as well. Right, so that's cost me time. And Bottas is, of course, not going to have... Do I have... Okay, so I think my front wing is lightly damaged, like very lightly damaged. Has Sainz just come out just behind us, who's undoubtedly now going to be going to the end of the motor race? Well, and that was out of frustration. That was out of frustration that I've just decided to do that. I knew from the minute I turned in that was going to be a corner cut. Oh, yeah, it's not yellow. It's a light shade of green. Frustration was creeping in there. That's why that happened. On the incident I just had, because I should have been, wow, fastest middle sector of the race so far. I should have been past Ricciardo and in fresh air at this point, realistically. But I'm not. And of course, I've held up my teammate. I've kind of really screwed the team over this Grand Prix, really, by whatever I did to damage my front wing. I can't even remember what I did to damage my front wing. Oh, I understeered into this wall. Yeah, that's what happened. I've now got some light front wing damage as is as well, so thankfully it's not as bad, so I shouldn't need to change my front wing again, but I should be ahead of these 2 cars ahead of me and trying to chase after Bottas. It's a personal best, fastest lap of the race.
Fastest lap of the race so far. We're leading our teammate by 6.0 seconds.
Frustrated. Very frustrated. Right. Charles Leclerc's going to try and have a go against Ricciardo. Looks deliberate. Oh, what? Danny Rick's attack. Oh, I didn't have DRS open. You idiot. Once again, just simple little mistakes. Leclerc very slow on apex. Yeah, Danny Rick just appeared to almost dive bomb me. I got the Ferrari so easily before, and now it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to pass him. You know, we got him up the inside of like a few laps ago in regards to that left-hander before the, or into the left, left. My opportunity was get him in the traffic, which I did with Leclerc. I nearly did with Ricciardo. This is a game of cooler heads going to prevail. But I'm on the harder tyre and I'm the faster car. That's what's frustrating me right now. There's a yellow flag. Because their tyres are running out of life. Oh, the dirt, yeah, pushing me wide. There's a front wing. Yeah, it's still fine.
Some information on Latifi. They are out of the race.
Right. Stay closer this time. Stay closer. It's annoying me that Leclerc has DRS off the back of that Renault. Because otherwise I'd be past him in a flash. But he just can't get close enough. Right, I'm going for the lunge again. Right. Through. Past the Ferrari. Bottas is now like 8 seconds up the road on the medium tyre. We're still going to get our podium, even with our 3-second penalty. We are getting this podium. Lando is stuck in the train somewhere.
Catching the car ahead by around 5/10 a lap.
As soon as I'm clear of Daniel Ricciardo, I know I'm going to pull away from this lot.
We're seeing a gap form.
Look how slow he is in the corners, man. It's just driving me on the Ferrari. Ever so slight contact has kind of put me a little bit out of sorts. However, that said, I'm not wasting any time this time around. You go to defend, mate. You go do that. I'll just drive clean around your outside, which turns to the inside. See you later. He's going to get DRS. Might have made a bit of a mistake. Oh, look at how much extra power I've got, though. Even without the drag reduction system, we are the fastest car in a straight line. There we go. Right. Back up into second place. Just It's much harder than it needed to be, in my opinion. Right, I don't want to change my front wing at my pit stop, because now is the time for me to be making up lost time. So we're going to set that to no. There we go, beautiful. Apparently use soft tyres next, but I'm pretty sure I have a new set. I'm going to ask about Norris as well. Because I need to know what tyres he's on. And also as well, I'm curious to know about the McLarens. Because they're both ahead of him, and they might be one-stopping.
Gap to teammate behind is 5.6 seconds. They're on old mediums.
Okay, good.
They're in 12th. The time last lap was a 1 minute 38.0.
So he is on mediums. And Leclerc now gets past Ricciardo. No, Ricciardo defends. Go on, Danny Rick, get back past him. Slow him down. No, Albon's now through. Trust Leclerc to not be able to pass the Renault while I'm behind him, but, you know. Well, actually, to be fair, Albon got both of them. That's a brilliant move by Alex Albon. He's gone from 5th to 3rd. Oh dear, got on the curb. That's really hampered me there. Okay, so Bottas leads. We are 2nd. Albon 3rd. Hopefully Ricciardo can hold up Leclerc, because we've got that 3-second time penalty, which again is completely our own doing, and I'll embrace it. It happened out of frustration. Due to a track extension. I mean, we had one right at the start of the race anyway, so... But hopefully Ricciardo can slow the field down, because, I mean, Lando's in there. And Lando... Oh, God. Pay attention. Lando lost time due to pitting the same lap as me for when I changed my front wing as well. So that's what's cost Lando. Lando was on pole position by half a second. Should have gone on to win this race by an absolute country mile. But instead, he's now sitting in 12th and doesn't appear to be able to be overtaking anyone. Like, he's in that train, and it's essentially just a DRS train. That's why I'm so desperate to build time over it, because we've got another pit stop to make. Certain members of that train don't have other pit stops to make. Like, if I look at the race director, I guarantee the McLarens are on the hard tyre going to the end. In fact, let's do that now. No, Science has gone mediums again, so he's got a pit again. And Ocon's gone soft. Okay, that opens it up a little bit. Is there anyone going for the one stop? No. No one's going for the one stop. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's kind of made my life a little bit easier, knowing that everyone has to pit again. Danny Rick has come in, so that's that cork in the bottle out of the way, so to speak. So it's now pretty much a race between myself and Alex Albon. Regarding if I can extend 3 seconds to him over the course of the next, like, 12 laps, including the one I'm on. So when that gets applied, I don't lose 2nd place. So just concentrate a little bit, drive some good laps, and we might be all right.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
Now, hopefully Norris goes soft for his second tyre. Right, Norris up to 5th. Okay, so he might actually have a bit of fresh air to utilise a bit of time. Because I know there is the undercut, yes. And I think I might have to save a little bit of fuel in my final stint. Yeah, because I'm at 0.27 even on standard. So we're going to have to save a little bit of fuel. It's one of those things that it just is what it is, really. In fact, let's just, for the rest of this stint, let's save fuel. Because I want to be at my fastest, on the fastest tyre available. Oh dear. Surprised that wasn't another immediate penalty, in all honesty. Because that was shocking. Got to be careful, don't want to push it too much. Oh, got some understeer there. Held the tyres. Right, Bottas is in for his final stop. I imagine he's going mediums one more time.
Bottas is stopping now.
Albon also in. See, whereas I'm not. Norris in, so he's not going to suffer from me hampering his pit strategy. Me going for double soft. Is that going to be something that ends up costing me a result in this Grand Prix? Let's just turn it up to standard for the straights. I don't want to lose out too much. Saving a bit of fuel. Just a little bit. Don't want to have to do this right at the end of my next stint, so that's why I'm doing this now. Because I see myself having a tyre advantage at the end of the race. So I also need to be utilising my engine in the best way possible. What tyre has Lando gone on to? Lando is 14th. Sainz closing in on me. Bottas 3rd on mediums. Bottas is going to win this race by quite a comfortable advantage. They are closing on me as well. Yeah, even the McLaren closing in on me, but we're coming in for our final pit stop. Norris was down in 14th place. And Bottas hopefully losing some time behind that McLaren. understeermeup.com apparently. Here we go. Not changing the front wing. Final stop of the race. Sainz coming in as well. There goes Bottas into the lead and onto his victory. 2.8 from the boys. That's not bad at all. Alex Albon, fastest lap of the race. He, of course, is going to have undercut me. Very much little bit of poo came out there. That's how close it was between me and Alex Albon. But thankfully, we are in the lead. How far back does this replay go? Oh, it doesn't go back far enough. I was going to say, it was, you just about saw the red arrow, and I was like, wow, that is incredibly close between me and Albon. He, of course, undercut me on his fresher tyres. But so yeah, these are used softs. So where, I don't know why they're used softs, but the fact of the matter is I nearly murdered Albon again. But I didn't.
Use your overtake button more. It's time to utilize some of this energy.
Right, so what I need to do now is try and pull out 3 seconds on him as soon as possible. Get him out of DRS. We're not going to do that going wide, making silly little mistakes. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for our fastest lap attempt. Fastest final sector of the race so far. We're up into second place because of Raikkonen's pit stop. This is the best opportunity we're going to have to do the fastest lap. Of course, we're not going to have any DRS slipstream off anyone, but we've got the fuel and we've got the tyres. My only concern is about my tyres running out near the end of the stint, but not yet. Yeah, we're pushing it there. Another one of those, and it's another penalty, which we don't want. Of course, it's only a personal best in the second sector because others have done faster. Gave it everything, and it's a 34.6.
It's the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. You're pulling out a second lap on the car behind.
I might as well use my resources now while I've got them. So saying that, I'm already like half second down on that previous lap, so let's just turn the engine down to standard. The thing is, like I've mentioned a couple of times now, my tyres going off near the end of the stint could be the deciding factor between my second and third place here due to my 3-second penalty. So That's, of course, need to be factored in.
Fuel remaining.
It's definitely going to be a podium. It's just, is it second or is it third? Might have taken the life out of my tyres a little bit too early, but hell, I want that extra point for the fastest lap. Race realistically hasn't, like, you know, hasn't gone by too slowly. Oh, Norris could have won this one. I think that's the frustrating thing. Had he not had the grid penalty, Norris could have easily won this race. But the fact of the matter is he did get the grid penalty. And he hasn't capitalised on moving up the field in the fastest car. Of course, me holding him up in the pit stops probably didn't help, and that's cost him in the championship versus... well, I don't know if he's ahead of Verstappen. I don't think he was going to get ahead of Charles Leclerc anyway. Don't know where Max Verstappen is in all this medley, in all honesty. Oops.
You're increasing the gap on the car behind by 0.5 per lap.
Got to be wary of the AI. The AI always like to turn it up right near the end of the race. So that's something that could happen, and Albon could come back at me. But it hasn't happened yet. So I just need to keep my foot in. Keep doing what I'm doing. Pushing the car, pushing everything.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Has the stream dropped? No, it says we're fine. No, we're good. Stream was buffering. It's buffering for me as well. I've got no alerts on Got no alerts on OBS. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna. That's fine. Leave that there. Let me know if the quality is, because it says I've got an excellent collection. It says everything's okay. Oh, that's really thrown me out of my momentum. Oh dear, you can tell that I've all of a sudden had a break in what I was doing, and that's cost me a bit of time versus Albon. Got to manage the gap. That's literally all I'm doing at this point. 3.7. Whoa!
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
Aye, that we do. Bottas still pulling away. His AI has been something else this year. Really has. Ricciardo still holding on ahead of the Ferraris. I'm very impressed with how well he's done. Very impressed. Right, engine up. Everything's running all good now. Lovely, that's what I like to hear. Albon trying to close in. He's trying to close down that time, and I don't blame him for trying. Oh dear, I haven't had the best run through there that time around. Car all of a sudden doesn't feel as pointy as it once did. Bottas really pushing it now. I think he's going to be trying to go for that fastest lap now that everything has worn off. And Albon really closing the gap down to me now. This is the point where my soft tyres are giving up a little bit.
This is your final lap of the race. You're losing a small amount of time to the car behind. Keep pushing.
I will keep pushing, don't you worry, Jeff. I'm going to try and maximise where I can, which is the straight. That's where my car naturally is faster than the Red Bull. So we're going to turn it up here. He's within that 3 seconds now.
To run in this engine mode much longer. We're about a lap over target. Drop down to mix too soon.
Right, we're going to push it now. We're in the final sector. Bottas is going to win this race. Small little mistake from me there. That's not good. No, I think Albon might have me here. Bottas wins. I've gone wide. Wide out the final corner. Across the line. Fireworks. Have we done it? Third, second. Yes. We just beat Alex Albon to the line with our penalty. I was concentrating so hard. I couldn't even soak in and talk about season and everything, but whoo.
What was it that helped them achieve this success?
Well, this was a real team victory. They put together a solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend. It's great to see them up on that podium once again.
Just clawed through that second place. Bottas, two-time world champion now. He's won this season and won the first season as well.
Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Carlos Sainz certainly wasn't someone to scoff about. His ability to follow race strategies throughout with pinpoint precision has to be commended. All respect to the fans' choice, they fully deserve it. but I just feel that my pick had a little more on their plate, so their ability to keep a cool head and come through for such a strong finish made the difference, at least in my opinion.
It's another clear win for Mercedes.
Just the babble and babble of like the driver of the day and the everything they're reeling off. Ricardo dropped 4 spots. Sorry, 2 spots. So we got second. Went from 4th to 6th. We beat Albon by 0.008 of a second by the time our penalty applied. Wow. Norris only managed 10th in the end. Disappointing. We, of course, get the bonus point for the fastest lap, the 34.6, which was our first full lap out the pits. Superb. Good season. Good season. Season 3 will be fighting for titles.
You really cut your way through the field today. What was your strategy?
The strategy, in all honesty, was I got a really good start and then just kept pushing the car, you know. I'll say power unit can take it.
You left a lot of paint on the walls today. Were you struggling?
I'm not going to answer that. I'm not even going to, because I'm frustrated by that as well.
Do you have any comments about the
No, don't. If I don't answer, then audible sigh. So yeah, we had obviously we had the incident which cost us our front wing. So we had to change that. That cost us some time, and then of course we had the collision with Ricardo that cost us some time. So you know, all in all, could have been a better Grand Prix, but the fact we got second place after a really solid start as well, you know, because we're known for having dreadful starts. Lando coming home in 10th is a little disappointing, but what can you do? We got the podium. We got the 2 podium finishes and the fastest lap in any session. So looking at us, nice and strong money-wise. And that's going to set us up beautifully for Season 3, which I suppose we're going to get into the admin of right now, I guess. No better time to do it, in my opinion. Sort out livery, team overalls. Right, there's some durability. Right, renegotiate with teammate or go to the driver market. I want Lando. Like, you know, I want Lando Norris in... I want him on the team. Like, I want him to be on the team for Season 3, at least. So, he's putting some good performances. Yes, he can do better. Absolutely. But, look, he's just lacking some experience, and I think it'll be good for him. So we're going to renegotiate with Lando Norris. We have everything he wants. He wanted Spec 2 aerodynamics and Spec 2 personnel. That's exactly what we've got. I'm gonna offer him a little more money. Yeah, exactly. He's worth the extra 300,000, and he's signed on now until at least the middle of Season 3. Perfect. Perfect. Right, so we've got Lando on board. We're going to get our end of season bonuses, which we will do. I just need to sort out the... Where do I sort out the settings? Yeah, that's Season 2. So season results-wise, I don't know if we get like an end of season results, but Bottas won for the first time since Italy in the final race of the season. We were 20 points, only 20 points shy of Hamilton. Let's go to my driver details. Let's have a little look. So here's where we're at now in terms of updates, I guess. We have 4 pole positions to our name, 4 race wins to our name. They all came this year. 15 podium finishes, average finish is 9th, average grid position is 10th. 7 overall fastest laps as well. So were they all this year? No, I think we got 6 of them this year, and I think our other one was Canada last year in the wet. Yeah, so not too bad really, not too bad at all. Rivals, we haven't got one. Trophies, we got a few. 4 podium finishes in a row at the moment, so really rocking that. Corporate wise, I don't know how I do the shortens. I imagine I do it in the season, like transfer activities. We do have some. Let's do, how many days we got here? So we got 4 days here and 5 days here. Well, let's get Norris in for some race simulations and some reaction timing there. And then we'll do title sponsor event filming, aero team building, and do that as well. Sebastian Vettel has now retired from Formula 1. The open seat could trigger a bit of a silly season. I think it will. Right, anyway, let's advance time. ICE durability. Oh, we've got a couple thousand resource points. Let's get that on. Lovely. And that's the MGUK. Now, I want to get the controlled electronics up more than anything. Actually, I think the turbo is probably an important one to get as well. Now, we'll do controlled electronics. Right. Let's have the press interview with Mr. William Buxton.
Thanks so much for the invitation to your HQ. Let's have a little chat about the team's performance this season. We've seen an amazing level of dedication from your second driver, both on and off the track. What would you say is the key to instilling that level of dedication?
I'd say only hiring the best. Let's big up Lando. You know, let's say we're only hiring the best drivers on this team. And that will send a message to anyone who wants to impress and hopefully drive for us in the future. Hey, you need to be good.
Lando Norris was very successful in his junior career. Do you see him as a prodigy and potential future champion?
Yeah, 100%. Absolutely. Wouldn't have him on the team otherwise.
Would it be safe to say that in terms of team orders, your career comes first in your team?
No. Absolutely not. Stop asking that.
Well, thanks a lot for inviting us here. It's been fantastic.
Lovely. Cheers, Will. Really appreciate the insightful interview, I think. Maybe. Right. Yeah, let's do the end of season stuff now. Why not? Right. Running costs, all of that coming in. We've got some R&D points. I've got really no like massive upgrades that I want really. Maybe go for like major fuel efficiency, I suppose. Does that say I'm missing? I'm missing one on engine power. That's fuel efficiency. That's ERS. That's ERS. Oh, I'm missing this one down here. That. And that's from the power unit supplier. Could go for this major fuel efficiency one. Yeah, screw it. Let's do that. Right. Advance the time. And the reaction training for Mr. Lando Norris. Let's finish up Season 2 then, shall we? Let's get all the admin done. We're up to acclaim level 15. So is Lando Norris. Huge team acclaim boost. So we'll be at 20 before we know it next season. That's marvellous. Money-wise, primary sponsor and prize money for second is $40 million. So we have 60, for the argument, $64 million to play with. 4 wins for me, 4 pole positions. 2 wins for Norris, 2 pole positions. We did all right. Season 3 is where we're going to shine, though. That's where we're going to shine. So let's see what silly season brings. Okay, right, so this is where we sort it out. So, can we in here... Is this where we can do the... Can we do the season length? I assume we can do the season length here. There's apparently another driver. That's... Oh, yeah, that's the one that I'm rocking in my driver career. Yeah, absolutely. Now, I think the driver avatar, I'm fine. Oh, no, character... Let's edit that. I do want a new helmet. Let's do a different helmet. That's interesting. That's the Schumacher helmets. We can't... I know we can do the colour schemes on these. We've got the leather one, which I must admit is a little bit tempting. I'm not going to lie to you. Galaxy helmet. Oh, that's striking, I think. Let's go with the striking marbled helmet. Let's... So we've got the white stripe. I like that. I kind of want this to be the gold. Kind of like there, I think. And the red, I want that to be the black. It's a little bit too black for my liking. What if we did it white? I like that. I like that. It's quite a funky looking helmet. Right, let's do that. There's our new helmet. That was easy. Hello? Did we not pick it? Oh, no, we didn't actually equip it. Right, there we go. So, helmet done. Race suit. I want one that I can change colour of, because as much as I like the suit and tie... Oh, that one's a bit... No, we can't do the... We can only do the colour scheme on the splattered one. That's interesting. I want one that I can actually change the colour scheme on. Stars and Stripes, not really me. I do want it to look... That was our Season 1 outfit, wasn't it? I suppose if Season 2 was like our formal year, this can be our flamboyant year. So let's do that. Right, we've got the black. I kind of want the stripes to be white. Oh, no, I want the stripes to be gold, actually. So the pink is that. So the pink is... Because I need the sponsors to stand out, really. Let's do the overall race suit as gold. Yes, that says, look at us. That says we're here to stay, you know. Can we not change, like, the overall... There's going to be an overarching white section on it, which is kind of going to be a bit annoying, if I'm honest. What section is this? What am I changing here? I don't quite know what I'm changing there. Right, so what am I changing here? If I change this to white... Right, that's... Ah, okay, that's that. That looks disgusting. Let's not do that. This looks like something we could do. Change this to maybe a bit darker. So we get that gold going. I don't mind that, you know. Where's the grey? Let's turn the grey to black. I don't mind that. Adds a little bit more flair to it. What do we think, chat? I don't think that looks too bad. I wish there was a tool that allowed you to... I don't know. Save your colours that you use a fair bit. Anyway, I'm going to go with that. There's the race suit. Gloves. Want new gloves for this year. Of course, we can't change any of the Michael Schumacher ones. Season 1, Season 2 gloves. I suppose these ones because they fit it, right? So we've got to do the yellow. The yellow. I think the yellow can be the black. And then we'll change that to the white. No, we want that to be the gold. There we go. And then this can be the white. Don't even know what I've changed there, in all honesty. No, we want that. So this can be the white. Yes. Lovely, look at that. Still go for the Grand Admiral Thrawn pose, I think. Not really, you know. We're a little bit, still a bit serious, you know. I like it. And the podium emote, we've got the podium emote, so that's fine. Lovely, that's done. Team details. Right, here we go. So, new primary sponsor, I think. Let's go... Where's some of the big ones? Earn 300 Constructors' Championship points. Finish third or better in the Constructors' Championship. I think Lupo Industries is going to be our new long-term future. Because TriStar was great for a couple of seasons, but we need to be aiming higher. So third or better. Lupo Industries is now our primary sponsor. And I think we're going to change power unit. Because the Mercedes isn't the best. Let's go for... We could go back to Renault. I say we go for the Ferrari donkey. We're changing engine supplier each year, but let's pick the Ferrari power unit. Lando Norris, of course, our teammate. Incompetent Racing Grand Prix. Confirm those settings. Livery. Right, here's a big one. That, of course, our livery for Season 1. That was our livery for Season 2. Let's create a new livery. Let's have a little look, shall we? What do we have available to us? I want one where I can change the colour scheme. Oil fade. That looks exciting. I kind of want this to be our zany year, where we look a bit... Right, so what colour is this? What colour am I changing here? Right, I'm changing that colour. Okay, what? Here's the base colour of the car, right? So we want that to be white. That's our staple. This... I think I want this to be gold. I want that to be gold. I want that to be black. No, I'll tell you what, right, let's get this one. That can be black. Oh, look at that. That looks interesting, to say the least. And then this, I want this to be another segment of gold, I think. It looks very spicy, I think, is the words I'm looking for. But I want this to be kind of like our exotic year. This is the year where we're like, hey, look at us. We're actually, you know, we're bringing a bit of fun to the grid. Why the hell not? Let's equip that. Right. You can edit your sponsors and set them up. Fine, I guess we'll do that then. Team badge, we've got our team badge. Team colours, we're sorted. Advance. Here we go, here's where we can set the season. Right. 16 races, I want to do 16 races. Okay, so we are taking out Vietnam. Don't like it. I want Australia. So I'm going to add Australia. China's not bad. What other tracks am I not the biggest fan of? Russia's normally a good one for us. Don't really like Abu Dhabi. I like Mexico. Mexico's a fun one. USA has gone better for me recently. Japan. Japan's a fun track. Russia. Do I want Russia? Singapore. Singapore we've actually done well at, so I wouldn't mind the Singapore Grand Prix being on the calendar. Hungary I don't want. British Grand Prix, it's our home Grand Prix. I kind of want it on there. Spain. I mean, China's okay. I have tracks that I prefer. Bahrain is alright. Let's get rid of Bahrain and let's put... Because Singapore... The main reason I'm putting Singapore on there is I'm not normally the biggest fan, but I think against, like, we're just good against the AI, right? So we can do well there. Austria's fun. France we actually do quite well at, so I kind of want France on the calendar. I don't mind driving the French Grand Prix. Canada, of course, we want. Do I be sacrilegious and take out Monaco? I think I do. I think I actually do. I'm going to take Monaco out and put France in. So Australia, China. Zandvoort, Catalonia, Canada, France, Austria, Britain. Even though the AI are really good around Britain, like it's the British Grand Prix, I can't take out the British Grand Prix. Belgium, Italy, Singapore, Russia. It's like this string of tracks I actually really enjoy. It's just, yeah. Right, I think that is our 16 race calendar. So, continuing with the short qualifying. Formation lap is on. 50% race distance. 100% AI driver level. Gameplay. Flashbacks on. Park format on. Vehicle damage is full. Safety car on. Regular. Race starts on manual. Assists wise, that's where we're at. I think that's it. There we go. That's it. So, activities-wise, what have we got? We have got 14 days. The car reveal is there. So, how many days have we got after... Right, so we've got 5 days after the car reveal. Right, okay. So, I think that's where we should do... God, we've really got... So, 5 days here. Arrows... They can go away. I don't want to do those. Driver training camp. Driver training camp just before the weekend. I think that's a smart idea. And then we've got how many days of one block here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 days here. $1.5 million isn't a lot in the grand scheme of things. I want the team to get some. They've kind of put this in a really difficult place, you know, because now I can't put anything in here. Could I, if I could move this? So the question we're asking really is, do I want the team acclaim? Spend that cash? Yeah, I'm going to spend the cash, don't worry. What happens if I autofill? Autofill, it does... See, this is terrible. We don't want that. It's really awkward with the timings. Right, anyway, we're doing the driver training camp because Norris is going to be an absolute monster. And then... Driver press... Pre-season... 1.5 mil just doesn't seem a lot in the grand scheme of it. I want to get that... Do we get the resource points? I think we're going to get the resource points. I think that's a better use of our time. Getting those resource points. Yes, we're doing that. Messages. High cash balance. Driver retirement. Sebastian Vettel's retired. Right, let's have a little look at money. Money. So I want to get these facilities, some of these facilities, up to spec level 3. So let's get resource point generate 15 million. Lovely. Let's get that. And I also want to get the build time up. Beautiful. That's that cash just spent. I want to get aerodynamics up to that. So let's once again drop 15 million right there. Beautiful. That'll take all of these, hopefully, to spec 3 facilities. Right, 30 million left. Personnel or marketing? We could really drop 30 mil right there in marketing. But I think I'm going to go personnel. Simulator... Simulator's pace stat will greatly improve. Marvellous. Let's drop 15 mil on the simulator. 15 million. Fitness Center, Racecraft, Experience stat. We could do quality control, I guess, actually. How much is... 5 mil? Ooh. I haven't really got to worry about these parts failing, though, in all honesty. We're actually doing really well for them, so... What's fabrication? Maximum... Oh, 3 the simultaneous developments. Yes, I want that. Give me that for that. And... Give me that for chassis as well. I think that was... Oh, wait, no. Hold on. No, you see, I think that's a good... That was a good way to spend our money. That money has now been spent. My cat's been... No, he's still meowing. Hold on. Where are you? I could hear him meowing, but he also doesn't want to show his face. Right, there we go. We've spent a lot of money. R&D. 800 resource points. Not really that I'll have anywhere to spend it right now. So I'll wait for those resource points to come in. There's everything there. Customization, yes, we need to... There's Norris. Norris now costs 10 million. So, you know, is what it is. He's also got some perks on him now. Oh, can't we get... Oh, we can do it. Ooh. Ooh. They're actually really cheap. Like, I haven't got to worry about the cost of Norris for a while yet. So let's just... Marvellous. There we go. Driver market. Right, so this tells us where people have gone. Has anyone kind of moved anywhere? Or will that happen? We'll check that actually when we get to the Grand Prix. Finances. We look brilliant. Financial history. Lovely. Car liveries. Sponsor decals. No, that's the wrong livery. Why is that the livery? Why is that our livery? That shouldn't be our livery. That should be our livery. Is it because I opened it up as a new slot? I bet it's because I opened it up as a new slot. Oh, that's annoying. I'm going to have to redo it. Ah, it didn't take that long, did it really? Right, anyway. Right, white. This was gold, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on, this was black. Let's just make that black. And then this was... This was like gold. This was like gold. Yeah. This is our fun-loving livery. Because why not, you know? Right, that's now a livery for the car. Sponsor decals. Right, you are going to want to be... We're going to want that as black, I think. Lupo Industries as our main title sponsor. They're on the side of the car and they're on there. You can't really see it, and that's okay. Because, sod it, I don't care. Zenare is still there. Xenon Dynamics is there. Hello? Oh, yeah. Lupo Industries, there we are. I think we're going to want to change... Suju. I think we're going to want to change that to a white colour, you know. White on the back of the car. It looks horrible there, though. Looks great there, horrible there. If only we could give it some kind of outline. Like a white outline would be great. Ah, well, who cares? It's a fun-loving livery car. And we're only going to really see the front of it anyway. Stripy. Plus, we can always change it later if I really grow to hate it that much. Right. Let's advance some of the time, shall we? Lovely. Lovely.
Okay, we've had the new parts come through from the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
And we've got our resource points. Oh no, the morale, the powertrain and the durability is low. Oh dear. Oh no. Right. Best car on the grid still. Oh, it's getting spicy over there. We're the best there. Right, so we need to do some chassis upgrades. Marvellous. Right, let's... Weight redistribution. Yes. Tyre wear. Yes. And we can do this now. Department capacity reached. And not for long. Let's... Right, that's now come in. Hold on. We're not going to go to the car reveal just yet, because we're going to do a brake upgrade. There we go. Marvellous. Now the car's coming along. Let's go to our spicy little car reveal, shall we? Lupo Industries Incompetent Grand Prix Racing. Powered by Ferrari.
Our margins are looking good right now. I think we've got room for some more investment.
All right. Waiting on those to come in, so let's now advance the time. Lovely. That's everything done. And that will take us to our first race of the season. Let's have a little look at our new facility, shall we? Look at that Spec 3 aerodynamic facility. Everything's now very expensive, and that's fine by me. New chassis facility. Oh, look at that. Now that is what I call a simulator. Obviously, we had the powertrain. Durability's getting there a little bit. Not quite. Not quite. We'll finish up that with when we get the resource point generation. R&D wise, let's make sure the car... So we've built up the car a little bit in terms of its chassis. So what we got here? That's an ultimate weight reduction upgrade. That'd be good. I think we'll work on that one next, in all honesty. Right, what corporate news has happened here? Contracts, driver market, okay. Has anything interesting happened with regards to teams? So what teams have we got? So, Nicholas Latifi and Antonio Giovinazzi are at Alfa Romeo, which is what we know. Gasly and Kvyat still at AlphaTauri. Perez and Stroll still at Racing Point. Nick de Vries steps into the Ferrari. Interesting, with Charlie Boy Leclerc. Magnussen and Russell were at Haas. Norris is, of course, with us. Carlos Sainz and Ocon at McLaren. Lewis Hamilton, Bottas at Mercedes. Verstappen and Albon at Red Bull. Danny Rick, Kimi Raikkonen at Renault. Jack Aitken and Giuliano Alesi at Williams. Nothing really happened. Not gonna lie, that's a little bit boring. But, is what it is, really. Vettel retired, and that's meant Nick de Vries has stepped into the Ferrari. So let's see how he does there. I think that's everything. I think that is literally everything. We're now... What are we going by? No, I want to go by rating. There we go. Lando Norris apparently 98 rated, but that's of course due to all the buffs that I've got on him. Look at him. One quick boy, Lando Norris. And cheap. Look, compared to everyone else, cheap. Lewis Hamilton, very expensive. Very expensive. To be honest with you, obviously we're going to do this next season, this next 16 race season. And then after that, it's very much going to be looking at who our next teammate's going to be. And I think it's going to be somewhere between Verstappen and Leclerc for our next teammate. But we'll see how they perform this season. Because, hey, if we get to that 20 affinity, if we could afford Hamilton, we might just get Hamilton and just win everything, right? Anyway, that has been Season 2 finale and Season 3 admin. I hope you've all enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did. Comment any feedback down below. Of course, video on demand will be available the minute it processes. Check out the description as well to follow me or Team Incompetent on Twitter. We also have the Discord as well. Link to join that is in the description below. Next time I'll be streaming, who knows? I'm not exactly Mr. Consistent these days. But all I do know is I'm excited for Season 3. Shortened calendar, more races that I'm actually going to enjoy. How does it look in terms of the season results? Good, so it actually says there's our new calendar. So hopefully more races, A, where I do better at, but also B, each race is a little bit more important because I've taken out 6 races. So each race is now more important. So got to remember that. Thank you once again. Stay safe. And I'll see you all in the future. Take care, everyone.